Talk. So let's run down a couple of coins here. Overall, the market's starting to move. Bitcoin is bleeding / moving sideways while alts are pumping. So I'll get into the ones that are pumping, but I also want to show you that we're having sector rotation. So Sui, in my opinion, and many others are thinking this is going to be the next Solana. And what we're doing now is we're getting a bounce off of the 200 SMA here on the 15-minute. If we can't hold that, we're going to flush much lower. I'm looking towards the 1618 coming in at 352. And it would make sense to back test the previous breakout point coming in at 146. And that was the last time I think I purchased this was like on the 340, excuse me. On the previous week, EQ is not a bad spot to be either. Trying to get some rounding here. We'll have to wait and see. I can't promise anything, but we are hitting a bottom of a range here, but we are below the fixed value area support. Bitcoin did dump. But Bitcoin is range bound, so I'm not really paying attention to Bitcoin other than using it as a barometer. It's good news. Usually Bitcoin likes to go a direction against where it's going to overall go for the day. Usually the big days recently have been Wednesdays and Saturdays, so I wouldn't mind seeing a flush lower to the previous day low. Also back test one of these value areas right here and then get a bounce. Also, you got a ton of point of controls sitting in this area, so we could bounce here. It's possible, but I wanted to point out that while others are not doing so hot, or others are doing great, Sui is flushing. So it's either an accumulation pattern or it's a distribution pattern. Overall, this does look like it's going to continue lower. If I was going to short this, I would have short the push back up to 370 and come back down. But I don't like shorting anything in a bull market. Preferably, I like to short this in a kind of a neutral, coming out of the bear market, beginning of the bull market, and or the beginning of the bear market, and as everything starts to capitulate. But unfortunately, this has more of the signs on the 15-minute of a distribution pattern than an accumulation pattern. But we haven't broke structure here until I have my alarm set down here at the previous day low at 357. So that's what I'm watching for Sui. Again, Bitcoin is just accumulating. That looks much more bullish. I will say the RSIs are starting to turn here for Sui, so it could pump from here, but I'm being extra cautious. Band protocol, still pumpy. I still like where we are. Continuation, kind of holding it back above support resistance levels here that we had previously. So as long as we hold above 125, 124, I'm pretty happy with where we are. If you're unsure, you can always just pull a fixed value area range and then kind of go that direction, go top to bottom, give you something in the middle. So that would be right the back test of the value area high of this macro accumulation range. By the way, this is the daily. So waiting to see how this goes. Again, triple bottom here for Bitcoin, or not Bitcoin, for band protocol, Solana, pumpy. Unfortunately for me, I rotated a lot more spot from Sol into Sui, and looks like as soon as I did that, Sol pumped. So good thing I had some Sol, but not a lot. But anyways, this is looking like it's just going to accumulate or start to kind of back test and accumulate here as well, and or back test this breakout point. Previous week EQ is down here at 221.5, and the previous day EQ is down here at 227.50. So we could have a couple day pullback and or sideways while things pump. I will tell you that, let's get into these guys. My KAS coins are going crazy. Where's my KDAO? KDAO pumped like a mad woman. Let me get into this. Not enough data for even market Cipher to kind of show you. Let's see here. Can I reset the chart? No. All right, so I had a nice big move. Someone finally pushed it off the bottom quite a bit. From that bottom range I was talking about accumulating, it went all the way up to 360%. Now you're back down to, unfortunately, 135%. So whales are playing games, but finally, even on the 1 hour, we're back above the 200 SMA, and we're heading in the right direction. So we're back testing this entire accumulation range as support. Hold that. We're going to push much higher. Again, this is one of those things I think you could see exponential wealth growth. It only, I mean, heck, even at this point, it has a $3 million market cap. Just do the math. Throw $500 into something that has a $300 million market cap, and then what happens to that $500 at $1 billion, $2 billion, $3 billion, $5 billion, $10 billion? I don't think you understand how much money is coming into the overall crypto ecosystem as a whole. As high as $10 to $15 trillion at the peak of the bull market. And I think the altcoins by themselves will have a $1.5 to $3 trillion asset valuation in the bear market next year. So that should be in 2026. It should be very interesting. So that's KDAO. Over here to Nacho. Let's see what Nacho's doing. Nacho, same thing, nice bottom pump, back above the accumulation range. Getting a rejection off the 618. I think I talked about this in the previous video. So if it can accumulate here and push again, we're looking really good. So not much to talk there. Casper. Internal breakout, break in structure. I'd like to see a back test of the 39,989 range, but we're looking really good. I like this one too. I don't have some of the other ones on my chart, but if you head over to KAS.info and then go under KRC20s, you can see the full list of the most popular ones. I think Nacho has the highest market cap at like 26 million. I think it had a high of like 89 million. So that was the highest ever. Caspa itself got a big pump as well. That's why the ecosystem's going. Went up from 14 cents yesterday to 16 cents today. We had a 17% move, currently up 10% on the day, or since the move, I should say. Making some waves, guys. So where are we? We haven't hit an all-time high yet. The all-time high is back over here. Sorry, let me zoom out. Making a quick one. I got a busy work day at the gym. 20 cents, we'll call it that. 20 and a quarter cents. But if you look at this on the 4 hour, it's a nice big W. Kind of what you wanted to see, right? You had a 3 touch here on this trend line. It's an accumulation pattern. I like what I see. So basically, at this point in time, you want to see more of the continuation in this path. So you're down, you're up, you're down, you're back up, and you just kind of want to start seeing these higher lows get put in, and certain resistance levels are flipped. And then we can make our stair step higher. So that's what I'm looking for on this coin, but also many others. So Caspa is a great hold as well. But back to the big daddy of them all, Bitcoin is dumping, which I think is bullish. It's going to be a quick rip the Band-Aid off, flush everybody out who had top longs, and then push things higher later in the week. So with that said, nothing I say is financial advice. Best of luck. You want to find me over to Crypto Blackwall on Twitter, the Blockguard Discord. And if you have any needs for coaching, hit me up on the Patreon. That's what I'm there for. Some one-on-one coaching to sort out your stuff. Thanks, man. Bye.